Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the air signs, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, and their soulmate connection. Air signs, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance for that. So air signs, you are last but not least of the series, and I was asked to do readings. I've done twin flame readings and love readings, but I've never done like just a soulmate reading. So I'm going to do that for you today, and I'm going to actually use 3 decks for that. We're going to start with the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell for the Oracle overall energy, the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed, and I'm only taking uprights in this deck as that is how the author would like them to be read. And I don't have the box for this one, but I believe this one is called the Chakra Healing Oracle deck. So air signs, I hope that you're doing well. This is for anyone that you consider to be a true soulmate. It can be a friend, it can be a family member, a co-worker, somebody that you know that you've traveled lifetimes with, that you feel that they understand you, that you resonate in the same vibration, the same frequency. It's not about them teaching you a million lessons, although we can learn lessons with our soulmates, but not through kind of karmic circumstances with them. We may experience karmic circumstances, but then our soulmates are there as our second family to support us along our journey in this life. So whoever, I don't know who this is going to be for you, because I'm reading for more than one person, but take it as it resonates. The first person, when I start to talk and you think of a person, the person's image comes to your mind, that's the person I'm talking about, okay? So I'm going to put 2 cards for the overall energy for you and your person, your soulmate. I don't know, maybe they don't want me to get another one. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. So for you, it's loosen your grip, and I got this card for the water signs. So if you have prominent water placements, you may want to check that reading out. Loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. And we can use spirit, source energy, however you subscribe to the spiritual realm. You notice there are 2 figures in this. You know, it was so different in the water sign reading, this card. But for your energy, I almost see it as astral projection. So if you've never astral projected before, it's a hell of a thing, I'll tell you. I've only astral projected a couple times, and the first time I truly loosened my grip and I let go of my body, I was hurled, much like this depiction. I was hurled into outer space, and I was on what I can only describe as the International Space Station, looking out one of the huge portholes, looking down on Earth. That experience was as real to me as anything that I can describe to you, and I was not dreaming. So I see this as your energy right now. Maybe you've astral projected lately, which is this sense of your soul releasing from your body and you being able to travel anywhere and then to return back to your body. So I almost see this as like phases of you lifting out of your body and the words are loosen your grip. So there could be something here, air signs, where you're just a little too preoccupied with things that are happening in the 3D, that are happening in the here and now, and that is completely understandable. But Spirit is asking you to let go a little bit, because your spiritual side is kind of aching to come through. Your spirit itself wants to experience a little bit of freedom from the mundane. And your person got earthed, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. In the world, but not of it. So that's so interesting, isn't it? Because I didn't even look at, the card was on the table, but this is maybe the second time I've ever used this deck. So I'm not familiar with the cards at all. But isn't it amazing how I said release the strong grip on the earthly constraints and use your imagination and step outside and explore your spirituality? And your person got, let's bring it down a little bit. We need to be a little bit more grounded. We need to be a little bit more centered in our human self. While still maintaining a spirituality and a levity and a lightness. That's amazing. But it's opposite. The feeling is opposite. So take it as it resonates. You can flip the energy if you have to. If you identify more with the other side. So the next cards from the chakra cards. The first one is you. The second one is your soulmate. Too many, Spirit. Okay, thank you. You got creation, right? So that imagination, Spirit is asking you to truly, release constraint. And it's interesting because this is the crown chakra. This color is the crown chakra. But it's almost like I see this smoke. There's an orb or something in, like she's holding something in her hand. This is a Mukite sphere, by the way. She's holding something in her hand. And it's almost like Spirit is imbuing that crystal or that nugget with like information, downloads. So funny, I went to the park today and I put my hand on a few trees and I see this hand extended almost as if to commune with the trees, commune with nature, commune with your own nature, they just said, to get more in touch with your primal side, because that is a little lacking for you right now. Air signs. With your person, they got the solar plexus chakra, and the word is dissipating. And when it's like when something is dissipating, it's like it's like releasing. Sort of like this energy, right? I saw it as a coming down and being kind of interjected into this sphere. Wow. I can't even make it up. I can't even make it up. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. The tea light just went out and the smoke just in that moment just started to dissipate. That's precisely what the word is. But the image of it is in this card. Isn't that funny? Spirit was having a laugh with that one. Because I was like, it's hot. It's hot. Let me just light another candle for you guys. These tea lights don't last for very long. I should find another alternative. Sorry, I would like to read for you with 2 candles burning. That is to pay respects to my twin flame connection. This is such a weird image to describe dissipating. You have kind of an older lady, grandma figure with, I don't know what kind of, a finch or a parakeet. I'm not really familiar with a lot of bird species. Watching some kind of detective mystery. Maybe it's talking about the anxiety is dissipating. And I don't know why, because I guess I thought when you watch detective stories or true crime stories, there's always this sense of anxiety that comes when you're watching it, right? You get a little worked up. And I think your person here, I feel as though they're just trying to take a rest, right? Maybe that's why they need to be a little more grounded. So I'm going to pull 8 cards. The first 2 cards will be your energy. The second 2 cards, your person's, your soulmates. Flip it if you need to. The third set will be your connection. And the fourth will be advice from Spirit. So let me get these for you. Lots of earth energy right now. So you could be dealing with an earth sign. It's a lot of earth energy for an air sign reading. A lot. And finally some air. We got some air here. Okay. Interesting. Okay. You got 2 major arcana here, and they both showed up in the union, but we'll get to that. In your energy, you got the 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Earth, clarified by the Page of Pentacles or the Page of Earth. So 1 and 2, describing to me, it's funny, you know what I see this as? I see this as like, is there some Olympic sport? It's almost like in gymnastics where they have this kind of sphere that they use as part of their floor routine. This is very random, but maybe it resonates for one of you. It doesn't have to make sense to me. I just have to say it. That I almost see this like show happening, that you're putting on a show, which is not to say that you're falsifying anything or it's acting, but you are displaying yourself in some way, displaying your ability to multitask. Look at all the things that I can do. But eventually, you're going to have to put one of those things down, right? We can't, to be able to maintain that level of showmanship is exhausting. And eventually, Spirit is asking you or showing you that you may need to focus your energy, direct your energy into one path that makes the most sense, that place where you can take a small step forward, right? Look at this. The word is loosen your grip, right? It's almost like I want to turn this card on its side. And it's almost like, is it like you and your higher self or you and your soulmate, something that you're juggling? Are you juggling a situation between you and your soulmate? I'm going to ask for a clarifier on it. 3 cards came out. The Lovers, Patience, which is the Temperance card, and the 7 of Earth. Let's start with the Lovers because that's number 6, Gemini energy. Okay. It says love, but it's the Lovers card. You can see here she's taking comfort. Both of them are taking comfort in each other, to be quite honest. There's a portal right behind them, a threshold, but they're not walking through. They're right at the threshold. They seem exhausted. Didn't I just say it's exhausting? Maybe you and your soulmate have been through the ringer. I got a wave of exhaustion just now too. Like my eyes just feel really droopy all of a sudden. Maybe it's just time for a nap, everybody. You know? Look at all of this yellow, warm glow energy. It's kind of comfy, cozy, right? The Patience card, Sagittarius. So that's 2 out of 3 fire signs so far. I'm sorry, why did I just say that? Why did I just say that? This is an air sign card. That's really weird. Maybe you have prominent fire sign placements in your chart. Why did I say that? That's 2 fire sign energies. I don't know why, but I looked at that portal, that threshold behind them, and I saw a fireplace. I don't know why. So crazy. My friend and I were talking the other day about lion statues, and she said, why are there always lions outside of libraries? See these 2 lions right here? She said, why are there always lion statues outside of libraries? And now it makes me think of the Akashic records. You and this soulmate have traveled several lifetimes together. And right now, echoes of the Akashic records, echoes of that past, those past lives are coming through for you. With the Patience card, with the Temperance, it's almost like learning from past mistakes and transmuting them into something new. With the 7 of Earth rounding out the clarifiers for your energy, you're looking at an investment that you've made in this lifetime and asking yourself, was it worth it? Was it worth the investment? Right? A lot of juggling, a lot of things up in the air for you right now. But the connection between you and your soulmate is very, very strong. For their energy, they got the Messenger of Air, the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords talks about bringing in very fast communication, clarity, truth of a situation. And it's clarified by the 8 of Earth, the 8 of Pentacles. Perhaps this has to do with a work situation. Are you and your soulmates, are you and your soulmates, I don't know why I can't say this sentence. Is your soulmate a coworker? Well, I should have just reframed the sentence. Is your soulmate perhaps a coworker or a former coworker? I have a few coworkers that are soulmates, that's for sure. So it's not a weird concept to me. I mean, how do we meet people in life? We meet them in school, or we meet them at work, or we could meet them at a bar or something, but we spend most of our time in school and work. So this is a card of diligence, hard work, a lot of investment of resources, energy, and time. Anytime we see an instrument in tarot decks, you always want to think of vibration, resonance, frequency, right? So there's something reverberating with your soulmate right now. But I feel like it's almost like reverberations from the past. Perhaps it is something that is now evening out and dissipating, right? We throw a rock into a lake And at the point of contact, it will create the shock wave of ripples on the water, but eventually it dissipates. But the impact was still made, right? So there's something with your soulmate that it's almost like they're going to have something really important to say regarding an investment in their life. Get a clarifier. Ace of water. Ace of cups. Aces bring new from spirit. So funny. This pearl, see this pearl in the seahorse's hand, I almost see it as the pearl that's in your hand in this image. And they have it in their tail, right? It's really beautiful because it's like the two of you are bringing your collective energies together. And I'm gonna go in my corner and get my pearl, and I'm gonna go in my corner and get my pearl. And we'll meet back here, 3 o'clock, you know, it's just like, we'll meet back here. Okay. So, oh man, it feels like a treasure hunt, but a treasure hunt, just follow me with this. It feels like a treasure hunt through lifetimes. And in one lifetime, you gathered your pearl. And in this lifetime, they're gathering theirs. And somehow you found your way back to each other. And pearls of wisdom, it could just be life lessons. And you're coming back together and exchanging and sharing what you've learned throughout those lifetimes. And you may not even be consciously aware of that, but that wisdom is following you. That's cool. I like that. What is the connection between the two of you? And this is very interesting. You have the Empress card, number 3 of the major arcana, representing Taurus energy. You do have a lot of earth energy in your reading, air signs. But it's clarified by temptation, number 15, which is the Devil card, Capricorn energy. I see, it's hard to tell because this looks like, you know, the leaves of the peach or whatever. But there's like a person right here laying on top of it. Almost like they've bitten off more than they can chew and now they're exhausted, right? So Empress is my favorite card in any tarot deck because she represents the power of all 4 queens of the tarot. She is Mother Earth. She is the great attractor. She's very fertile with ideas and creativity. And for the connection, I see this so beautifully representing something that seems very proactive, right? In terms of manifestation, like you both are calling something beautiful towards you. But once we open a door, right? When we open a door, a lot of things can get through. And Spirit is, you know, in this deck, temptation, it's not as dire as a true Devil card, right? And it's not represented by that kind of energy here. We do see riches, we see abundance, but there is a little bit of caution with it at the same time, because it's like maybe you have both attracted a great deal towards you, but Spirit is almost saying, be sure to share the harvest. This is like wheat, stalks of wheat, and Spirit is saying, you know, this character is laying on top of the abundance. It's almost like saying, don't rest on your laurels. Be sure to share the wealth, share the abundance. I'm going to ask for a clarifier. And amazing, 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 amazing. 10 of air. I have one of my favorite tarot readers on YouTube. Her name is San Tarot. Remember, I was just talking about the Akashic Records. So San attributes this card in this deck, and she uses many decks, to the Akashic records, because she sees all of these as the records, right? Yes, they are all on fire, but it's almost like they're lit with energy. Ten of Fire in a traditional tarot card would talk about burden, but I almost see it for you as that past life story, right? Like the Akashic records, think of it as the great cosmic warehouse in the sky that carries within it everything from our past, our present, and all of our future potentials. It's all of them, all of the possibilities of the universe. All of that data is stored in that place. And everyone can access the Akashic records. You just have to train yourself in order to be able to do that. I'm working on it. I haven't quite done it yet, but I'm working on it. I learned a lot, though, when I had my Akashic records read. I asked about past lives. I asked about soulmates, karmic partners, my twin flame, everything. It was very illuminating, as it will be for you. This revelation, right? Because it doesn't scare her. It's almost like see how this stance is like very, very similar. The body posture is the same, nearly the same, right? So it's almost like your higher selves, between you and your soulmate, you're reviewing the Akashic records at this time and saying, okay, this is what we want to draw towards us. This is what we want to avoid. Because how did this pan out in a past life for us? Have we learned how to grow our abundance? And finally, finishing off the reading, your advice from Spirit. Well, it would be fitting that we would end on 2 air cards for the air signs, the 9 and 10 of air, the 9 and 10 of swords. Traditionally, in another tarot deck, these would be, ooh, so tough. Nightmare energy and backstabbing and betrayal, right? Dark, dark, dark energies. But these are light as feathers. And it's on purpose. I purposefully chose this deck, right? Release. A release of anxiety, of analysis paralysis, of anything that burdens us or troubles us, and leaving it to the wind. Look at this. Look at this beautiful synchronicity here, right? Those thoughts become our life lessons, and our life lessons turn into our legacies. So you and your soulmate, I feel as though you have a very acute awareness that you've traveled lifetimes together. I feel like that is so with whomever you are thinking of at this time. There's just a slight disconnect in your approach, whereas you may be wanting to lift yourself up out of the constraints of the material world. Your person is needing a lot of grounding, and somewhere the two shall meet. Air signs, that's your reading. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, air signs.